It's here, that massive game-changing update so many of you have been eagerly waiting for. We're talking new challenges, a sprawling new map, and of course a whole arsenal of new weapons and armor. Hello, and welcome to the Deep Dive.
The collective buzz among players is absolutely palpable, and yeah, for good reason. Today we're taking a deep dive into the monumental new patch for Black Desert, centered around the demon realm, EDANIA. And this isn't just your average patch, it's an enormous expansion clocking in at approximately 3.33 gigabytes. That's a serious chunk of new content.
Absolutely. And our mission with this deep dive really is to unpack all the critical details for you, our listener. We're talking about exploring brand new territories, getting your hands on incredibly powerful gear, facing fresh challenges, and navigating some pretty significant economic shifts. Consider this your definitive shortcut to being well-informed about this truly transformative game expansion.
Exactly. We'll explore what this update means for every type of player, whether you're a seasoned warrior focused on, crushing new combat trials, or maybe a dedicated crafter always on the hunt for rare materials, or even an avid explorer eager to uncover every hidden secret. I'll be here to sort of connect the dots, offering that deeper analytical layer to what it all signifies for your gameplay.
Okay, so let's unpack this. Our journey begins in the demon realm, EDANIA itself. The developers describe this new land as a place where chaos and order, good and evil coexist. Can you paint a picture of what players will truly experience here, beyond just new zones?
Right. Well, what's fascinating here is that EDANIA isn't just another region, it's a living, breathing frontier, kind of steeped in a complex narrative. Players will confront powerful main story bosses, delving into the lore that has shaped this enigmatic land. Beyond pure combat, you'll find diverse hunting experiences, entirely new life skill systems that integrate directly into the EDANIA economy, and naturally, a whole new tier of equipment to chase. This truly expands the game's core loop, offering something for everyone.
And for those of you who live for the thrill of competition, here's where it gets really interesting. This update introduces the high-stakes Lord of EDANIA PvP content. The developers have teased that players can write history themselves with this feature. But what kind of history are we talking about? Is this just another leaderboard, or does it genuinely change the game's social fabric?
That's an excellent question. It implies a dynamic, ongoing power struggle, one that impacts the very structure of the game's social and economic landscape, which we'll definitely delve into shortly. It's also really important to note that this is just the first wave. A second EDANIA update is already planned for September 11th, 2568, indicating ongoing development and, well, a sustained level of excitement for the future of this expansion.
So how do we even begin to navigate this new, chaotic, yet intriguing world? What are the practical steps to getting into EDANIA?
Okay, so to step foot into EDANIA and begin its main quest line, your character needs to be level 60 or higher. That's the baseline. And you must complete specific EDANIA pre-quests like EDANIA starting the journey to the end. This just ensures you have a foundational readiness for the significant challenges that await.
I appreciate that they offer some flexibility here, though. Like, while completing previous main quests like Atharaxion is recommended for the full lore experience, it's not a strict requirement for EDANIA's main quest line, right?
Well,
so you can jump straight into the new stuff if that's your main goal.
Exactly. Once those pre-quests are done, you can embark on the main story itself. You can choose paths like EDANIA End of Waiting or EDANIA Towards Nightmare based on where you happen to be in the world. This allows for a more personalized narrative journey, lets you tailor your entry point a bit.
And there's a new EDANIA. Outside Adventure Log, what kind of secrets does that hold?
Yes, this new adventure log is quite extensive. It holds 7 stories in total. 4 are available right now, focusing on Hagensa, Etherian, Orbita, and Nymphomera, and the remaining stories. They'll arrive with the second update on September 11th. Exploring EDANIA's precious heritage through this log yields special rewards, including those ancient fragments we'll talk more about, and gold bars. So it's valuable for both lore fans and people seeking tangible progression.
Speaking of getting around, I hear there's also a new way to travel to EDANIA, making it more accessible.
Yes, the Deep Abyss Well system has been introduced. This allows for rapid travel to EDANIA from other regions via the Magnus, which is the game's global teleportation network. The key condition, though, is you need the knowledge EDANIA, Hagensa Sanctuary, to use this method, which you get by gaining topographical knowledge of the Hagensa Sanctuary itself. It's all about convenience for the truly global adventurer.
Now, let's talk about the true test of strength in EDANIA. The boss raids. This is where players finally confront legendary figures previously only spoken of in whispers like Jordine, Luzalgar, and Ensela, all guarding magnificent castles. What's the ultimate prize for braving these encounters?
Okay, so the ultimate prize for successful boss raids is the Proof of EDANIA challenge. This critical item is the key, the literal key, to entering the Lord of EDANIA, which is that highly anticipated top-tier PvP content we mentioned. So it directly links the PvE and PvP aspects of the game, creating this high-stakes ecosystem where your combat prowess in one area directly fuels your ambition in another.
How do players actually participate in these raids? Is it just a free-for-all, or are there specific entry points and requirements that bottleneck access?
You enter through an NPC called Throne of Power at each castle. Pretty straightforward there. However, access is quite strict. You must first accept a weekly quest for the specific castle you want to challenge, and furthermore, there are significant attack power, AP, and defense power, DP thresholds to meet. These are no joke. For instance, Ethereum Castle requires 350 AP and 427 DP. Nymphomora demands 375 AP and 440 DP, and Orbita, the highest, sits at 385 AP and 445 DP. Just for context, these are truly endgame numbers. These challenges are designed for only the most dedicated and powerful adventurers. Right, and it's not just about raw stats, is it? You can't just waltz in with any old gear. Correct. Red grade equipment or higher is required for weapons, armor, and accessories. And for anyone unfamiliar, red grade sits at the very pinnacle of gear rarity, before the new Genesis tier we'll discuss later. Artifacts and alchemy stones are actually excluded from this specific requirement, interestingly. Oh, and there's also a unique restriction for tamers. They cannot ride their Black Wolf God during these boss raids. And importantly, players can only challenge one castle boss per week. This makes the choice of which one to tackle a really strategic high-impact decision.
So after all that effort, what kind of spoils are we talking about for conquering these legendary foes? What do you actually get?
Successful raids yield specific treasure chests tailored to each castle. Things like Edina, Azure Chest, Edina, Emerald Sea Chest, and Edina, Emperor Solitude Chest. Guaranteed items include Edina fragments, ancient fragments, Caphras pure water, which is a super valuable crafting material, new perfumes, and substantial gold bars. There's also a small, very small chance to obtain a primeval gemstone, which is exceedingly rare and valuable.
And those ancient fragments, I saw they have a significant market value. What's the economic impact?
Indeed. Ancient fragments are a primary drop from these raids, and yet it can be sold to NPCs for 30 million silver each.
30 million. Wow.
Yeah, 30 million. So this provides a substantial and, importantly, reliable income source for those who brave these challenges, directly tying high-end PvE right into the game's economy.
Okay, this brings us to the absolute pinnacle of this update, the Lord of EDANIA. This is the new PvP system where only one adventurer can claim the title of EDANIA within each boss's castle. It sounds like a true free-for-all for the crown.
It absolutely is, and the adventurer who earns the EDANIA title gains immense visible power within their specific territory. It's a system designed to create dynamic, player-driven rulers. Now, to maintain the throne, the EDANIA must defend their position weekly against a fresh wave of challengers, and they lose their title if defeated. This creates a constant high-stakes struggle for dominance, forcing alliances and rivalries to emerge,
How do you even qualify to challenge for this ultimate title? It sounds like more than just showing up with your sword.
It definitely is.
Yeah.
Players must first defeat an EDANIA boss to earn that Proof of EDANIA challenge item we talked about. The application window is pretty specific. Thursday 0.00 to Sunday 19.0 UTC plus 8, and once you apply, it cannot be canceled, really emphasizing the commitment required. The Proof of EDANIA challenge item itself is family-bound, and it expires after 3 hours of use, adding this time-sensitive element that requires some careful planning.
And the duel mechanics are pretty intricate too, aren't they? It's not just a chaotic brawl right away.
No, it's a structured elimination process. Out of all applicants, 10 challengers are chosen. It's the top 7 by combined APDP, plus 3 random selections, all of whom must meet those minimum gear requirements we mentioned earlier. These 10 then enter a 10-minute free-for-all duel within the castle, with a shrinking dark veil pushing them together.
Yeah.
Very dramatic. The last player standing from that initial brawl then faces the current EDANIA in a best 2 of 3 duel. Each round lasts 3 minutes. Players use their current gear, so no surprises there. And importantly, there are no death penalties within the arena itself.
What happens if no one challenges the current EDANIA? Do they just get to sit on their throne indefinitely?
Pretty much.
Right.
If there are no challengers in a given week, the current EDANIA automatically retains their title. This system encourages consistent engagement from both the rulers and the aspiring challengers, ensuring the Lord of EDANIA remains a vibrant, sought-after position.
So what does this all mean for the person who actually becomes the EDANIA? What are the exclusive privileges and rewards? I'm imagining some serious game-altering power here.
You're not wrong at all. Imagine wielding, well, almost absolute power within your zone. As the EDANIA, you gain unmatched freedom, including no karma loss when force attacking other adventurers within your own territory.
No karma loss. That's huge for PvP.
It's a game changer for open world PvP, yeah? Essentially giving you dominion over your domain without the usual penalties that deter aggressive play. But it's not just about combat. You also control the very economy. You collect a percentage of taxes from entry fees to mystery rooms in your territory. This grants a staggering weekly income. For instance, the ruler of Etherian Castle collects a base of 3 billion silver per week.
3 billion just from taxes. That's incredible. But for the average player, is this just totally out of reach, or does it trickle down somehow? Does it impact the general economy in ways everyone will feel? Are there concerns about, wealth concentration?
It's certainly a significant concentration of wealth and power, absolutely designed to make the title aspirational. While the direct silver goes to the EDANIA, the existence of such a powerful economic player can influence market prices for certain goods, and even create new avenues for trade or services around these territories. The system itself is about enabling a player-driven hierarchy, really. Beyond silver, the EDANIA receives the Blessing of EDANIA, a massive plus 100% item drop rate buff for 1 hour, usable 10 times a week. And this stacks with other buffs up to an astonishing plus 500% potential drop rate increase.
Wow.
Yeah. Plus, they have instant recovery with no death penalties and immediate resurrection within their territory. They also get a unique EDANIA crown, which lasts 7 days and grants perks like unlimited server chat and a special icon in color, visibly signaling their status across the entire game.
That's a truly visible symbol of power then, a social statement as much as a combat buff.
Absolutely. Plus, they gain incredible mobility, with instant server transfers within their territory and immediate teleportation right to their castle. Their family name is even prominently displayed on the world map, making their reign known to absolutely everyone. This isn't just a title, it's a fully realized, dynamic leadership role within the game world.
Okay, so beyond the rulers and their incredible power, there are also entirely new hunting grounds and monsters to explore in EDANIA. What kind of distinct challenges await adventurers in these expanded territories?
Right, the update introduces 3 distinct new hunting grounds, each with unique environmental storytelling and monster types. First, there's Jordine's Kingdom, or Etherian Castle. This was once a blessed place, now corrupted by Darkroot spirits. The mechanic is that players must awaken these Darkroot spirits to draw out more monsters, and occasionally mutated Malaka appear as particularly dangerous threats. Recommended stats are 350 AP 427 DP.
And for those eyeing the loot, what are the notable drops from Etherian? Any cool titles?
Notable drops here include Dark Ruin Gemstones, Ruin Crystals, Primeval Fragments, and those coveted Deboreka accessories. And yes, you can achieve specific titles like Petal Plucker, or Flower Blooming in Darkness, Dawn After Darkness, and Fluttering for mastering the area.
Okay, next up, Luzalgar's territory, Nymphomera Castle. What's the unique mechanic here?
This is a coral-infested castle guarded by corrupted coral naga. It looks quite distinct. The unique mechanic here is that continuous naga kills attract the eye of Luzalgar, which increases the contamination level of the area. This makes it more dangerous, but potentially more rewarding. Recommended stats bump up to 370 APA 440 DP. Drops are similar to Etherian, but also include ancient fragments of Tranquility Distortion, Primeval Crystals, and Crystallized End Power. And you can earn titles like Seafood Lover, Corrupted, Splashing, and Puddle Jumper. Kind of fun names there.
Yeah. And finally, in Silas territory, Orbita Castle. What's the deal there?
Orbita Castle is defended by Valkyrie Gravekeepers and Golems, bound by failed pacts. Very lore-heavy. Here, you interact with Orbita Light's tombs to summon additional guardians, adding a strategic element to your grinding rotation. This area has the highest recommended stats, 380 AP 450 DP, so it's the toughest non-raid spot. Drops are much the same as Nymphomera, and you can earn titles such as Stone Tower Builder, Radiant, Tower Prayer Watcher, and Rolling.
With all these new challenges, players will definitely need to be gearing up for dominance. Let's talk about the new EDANIA armor. It's been touted as the next tier, the true pinnacle of defense.
Yes, exactly. This is the Genesis Great Armor, representing the new pinnacle of defense for all classes. The primary crafting path involves a weekly quest. It requires combining Lament-grade ancient defense armor, familiar pieces like Labreska's helmet or Fallen God's armor, with new EDANIA fragments. This establishes a steady, weekly progression path for aspiring endgame players, which is nice.
But there's also an alternative way to get it right, which is pretty significant for high-end players already at the top.
Right, this is fascinating. There's an option to directly exchange destruction-grade ancient defense armor for a high-tier, rank 9's EDANIA armor piece. This provides a clear, though high-cost, shortcut for players who already possess peak gear. It makes the new armor more accessible at the very top end without forcing them through, potentially months of weekly quests. The armor itself boasts exceptional defensive stats and substantial max HP boosts across all pieces. It really elevates your survivability.
And for enhancement, what new materials are we looking at? Does it glow?
Yes. Enhancement uses the new EDANIA Blackstone, which is crafted from EDANIA fragments, sharp black crystal shards, and Caphreus stones. And yes, it does glow. The armor features unique visual effects that activate at +V and the ultimate +8 enhancement levels. It visibly signals your prowess and adds to its prestige. Big bragging rights there. Oh, and crafting all 4 pieces unlocks a quest for a matching outfit set and a permanent yellow title, Slayer Hero.
Okay, and those ancient fragments we mentioned earlier from boss raids, how do they play into this gearing up process for everyone else?
Right, these new items, the Distorted, Tranquil, and Desire fragments, are designed to reduce the, let's face it, notorious frustration of gear enhancement. They prevent the enhancement level from reducing on your ancient defense armor when an attempt fails.
Oh, that's huge.
It is. It significantly reduces the burden of gearing up for EDANIA, making that Lament grade armor more achievable and encouraging more consistent grinding over pure luck. Plus, Distorted and Tranquil fragments can even be traded on the central market, providing another valuable source of income from the EDANIA hunting grounds. Desire fragments are untradeable but can still be sold to NPCs for 10 million silver, so they always have value.
And finally, on the gear front, a new ultimate sub-weapon. The King's sub-weapon. This is World Genesis grade. That sounds even beyond Genesis armor.
Correct. It's the new absolute pinnacle for sub-weapons, representing World Genesis grade. Its crafting is quite complex, involving 3 distinct methods. They often combine existing high-tier sub-weapons like Godride, Fiery Garmoth's Heart, Kutum, and Nuver at max enhancement, along with new Twilight gemstones, or those super rare Primeval gemstones. You craft it at a specific lore-rich location too, the Bongwang statue in Huanghai, Land of the Morning Light. Enhancement uses Primeval Blackstone, or the even rarer Primeval Hammer. And the stats. Very high attack power, accuracy, and additional monster attack bonuses. It's essential for maximizing your damage output in EDANIA.
Okay, beyond the headline, armor, and weapons, what other new items are deepening our toolkit in this update, from artifacts to elixirs?
Well, we're seeing new Guiding Kabua and Guiding Dakir artifacts. These enhance existing artifacts with powerful new stats like additional monster attack, damage reduction, and max HP, basically pushing your character's capabilities to new heights. There's also the new Distorted Flame Radiant ore, which specifically provides extra attack power against EDANIA tribe monsters very targeted, and enhanced Radiant ores that offer significantly stronger versions of existing Radiant ore effects across the board. Things like all attack, accuracy, crit damage, movement speed.
And new magic gems too, I assume, for fine-tuning our builds for EDANIA.
Yes, exactly. A new EDANIA series of magic gems provide substantial bonuses to EDANIA tribe, additional attack, and monster damage reduction, crucial for surviving and thriving in the new hunting grounds. Additionally, there's the new Kang series of Dawn gems. These are interesting. They're powerful but have unique trade-offs. They offer very high stats like all attack, Black Spirit rage gain, accuracy, damage reduction, evasion, but often with a slight reduction in your displayed attack. A fascinating choice for min-maxing your build.
What about consumables? New elixirs and perfumes for that extra combat edge?
Absolutely. New EDANIA elixirs for additional attack against the EDANIA tribe monsters, straightforward buff there, and some high-tier perfumes like Perfume of Desire and Perfume of Zeal. These offer really powerful general combat buffs. All attack plus 25, max HP plus 500, boosted attack cast move speed. Just incredibly valuable for optimizing your combat performance in high-stakes situations. Oh, and for those who enjoy personalizing their space, 20 new furniture items have been added, reflecting the unique EDANIA theme. You can craft them at the Furniture Workshop in EDANIA, or just buy them from the NPC Elkin.
Nice. So it's not just about fighting then. Life skillers also have new content to dig into and new ways to make silver.
Definitely. New bases and production sites have been added in EDANIA, and here's the kicker. Connecting them or purchasing houses costs only 1 contribution point per connection or purchase.
Only 1 CP. That's super accessible.
Incredibly accessible, yeah. These houses function as worker lodging, warehouse expansion, and production facilities. You'll find new gathering nodes yielding valuable traces of nature, various ores like titanium and vanadium, and new gems, creating all sorts of new economic opportunities.
And what about new processing plants? And for the fishers out there, any new aquatic life?
Good question. New wood processing and fish processing plants have been introduced in EDANIA's Hall of Command. These allow for the production of new trade goods like kafras, plywood box, or various dried fish bundles, which boast pretty high selling prices, opening up new avenues for crafters.
And fishers.
Yes. Numerous new freshwater and seawater fish species have been added, categorized by rarity green, blue, yellow, red. This includes some incredibly valuable catches like the spotted ray, which can sell for, get this, 183 million silver.
Whoa.
And the pineapple fish at 144 million silver. These new species are also included in the weekly fishing competitions, offering fresh opportunities for top fishers.
That's a huge boost for the fishing community. Any new collectibles for gatherers too?
Yes, absolutely. New gatherable items include the spirit-infused Caphras tree, which yields Caphras sap and Caphras' pure water, also Luzalgar coral from coral stone crabs, and new monster drops from things like Encylo wild sheep and Caphras snakes. These new materials are essential for crafting the various new items we've discussed and provide entirely new avenues for life skill income, further diversifying the game's economy.
Okay, so beyond all the new EDANIA-specific content, what game-wide enhancements and improvements have been rolled out with this massive patch that impact everyone?
Right, good point. Firstly, a wide array of character classes have received balance adjustments and bug fixes. This should ensure a smoother and hopefully more balanced gameplay experience across the board. We won't dive into every specific tweak, but the devs clearly aim for a more equitable combat meta. Then there's a Tale of an Adventurer's Log.
That sounds like an interesting lore piece, maybe expanding on Black Desert's history.
It does exactly that, expanding upon 10 years of Black Desert's journey. But what's significant here is that completing chapters in this log grants permanent family-wide stat bonuses. Things like max HP, all defense, and all attack. This provides tangible, lasting benefits for all characters on your account, which is a great incentive for everyone, regardless of their main focus.
There's also been an important economic change regarding certain Pearl outfit items, right? That caused a bit of a stir.
Indeed. Some minor adjustments were made to Debrica and Karajard earrings to align with new damage bonuses. But more critically, yes, defense bonuses from certain life-skill Pearl outfit items, those cosmetic items often bought with real money that previously offered gameplay advantages, have been removed. However, to ensure fairness, players who used outfit exchange coupons on these specific items before the August 21 update will receive equivalent silver compensation. So they're trying to make that transition fair.
What about monsters and quests outside of EDANIA? Any new growth support for adventurers aiming for the endgame?
Yeah, some adjustments were made to the Olzekia Elvia secret rooms, which now require specific entry items, adding a layer of strategic prep there.
Yep.
And yes, new growth support quests will be available starting August 28th. These are specifically designed to help players acquire Tranquility-grade ancient defense armor easier. It further aids their progression into the EDANIA content, highlighting the developers' commitment to making the new stuff accessible, eventually to a broader player base.
Finally, any world or UI enhancements to round out this enormous update and just polish the overall experience?
Yeah, a few things. For warfare enthusiasts, fortresses and annex buildings in Node Wars and Siege Wars have received increased HP and defense, adding some new strategic depth to large-scale PvP. UI improvements include a new integrated activity UI for easy event tracking, alongside other minor UI, system, and web enhancements for just a smoother user experience overall. And to fully immerse players in the new theme, the lobby background has been updated to reflect the Demon Realm, and new music has been added to Marnawave, enhancing the game's ambiance. It all ties together nicely.
Wow. This deep dive into EDANIA truly reveals a dynamic ecosystem where power, wealth, and unique privileges are now intricately intertwined with high-risk PvP and PvE. It really feels like a transformative moment for Black Desert.
Absolutely, and it leaves you with the big question, doesn't it? With these new systems allowing players to literally rule their own territories, gather immense wealth, and gain significant combat advantages, how will you choose to navigate this new world? Will you seek to claim a throne, cementing your power and influence over an entire region? Or will you perhaps focus on mastering its new life skills, uncovering its secrets, and maybe shaping the economy from a completely different angle?
That's a truly provocative thought to consider as you step into EDANIA. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive. We encourage you to apply this newfound knowledge and explore the rich details of the EDANIA update for yourselves, and we invite you to continue your journey of discovery with future deep dives.